Hi, Kathy here from Kathy's Cute Creations. Today is the giveaway day. So I just received the package in the mail. It is, what time is it? My mailman comes late. It is 5:52. Okay, so this is the fabric. It comes in a package like this. Let me go ahead and show you. This is my back, the backing fabric. And I don't see why I can't open up my fabric and just show it to you here. And you guys let me know now in the comments if you want this kit. Okay? I just ordered my sister one so that she could follow along. I'm going to send her, I got a spare phone. I'm going to send her a telephone so she has an iPhone now. Oh my gosh, look at this gorgeous fabric, you guys. Oh my gosh, look at that. That is the nicest, cutest little stuff. Oh my goodness, the little hearts. Let me see if I can get a, right here. The little heart tips are the flowers. Those are gorgeous. Alrighty, and then here's the next. The backing is the next piece of fabric. And my camera's doing it justice, so it's really coming out good. This is going to be a very, very fun tutorial. Here's the next color. Here's the next one with the little hearts on it. Red with white and pink hearts. And I love pink, I'm telling you right now. Red and pink are some really nice colors. Here's some XOXOs. Hugs and kisses, that's what those are. And here's some stripes. Oh my gosh, look at that. Isn't that pretty? Ooh-wee. That's some nice stuff. And then we're going to have black. I know the color of the shirt I'm wearing. Black. Not blue, not dark blue, but black. Okay, so that is the colors in the box. You're going to let me know in a comment that you want this kit, and I'll get it mailed out as soon as I can. Now, you know that I'm working Monday through Friday, so I have half a day Friday. So as soon as I'll package it up and everything, and then I'll go ahead and I'll take it to work on Friday, and then I'll stop at the post office on the way home, and I'll send it out. So hopefully, I think my sisters will be here by then, and I can send both y'all's packages together. Okay. Now, I do want to apologize first off. Let me say this. The first thing is I want to apologize. I already wrote and apologized to Fort Worth Fabric, but I wanted to apologize to all my subscribers because I substituted a fabric in the last quilt-along, sew-along of my own. Fabric was blue and it should have been green grunge, and I should not have substituted. It's okay that I would substitute a small piece if I made a boo-boo and I didn't have time to get another piece sent, like let's say that a corner on the white or something like that. That's not an issue, but to have replaced the whole entire thing was the wrong thing. I should have asked them if I could have done it, and I shouldn't have just assumed that I could do it. So I just wanted to apologize for everybody that was following along. Because when I think back on it, the problem with what I did is that had you guys wanted to follow me along and wanted that fabric, Fort Worth Fabric Studios was not even offering that fabric. So it's not like you could have went to them and said, hey, I want to use that blue that Kathy was using. Can I buy that in addition to my kit that I bought? I didn't even think about that. And when I got to thinking about it, it makes a lot of sense, okay? Because they aren't carrying that fabric because that fabric come from somewhere else. So again, I wanted to apologize for that. Then I wanted to let you know that I did, I know it is snowing outside, it is cold outside, but I am standing here sweating because I just did a whole bunch of stuff before I came up here to my sewing room so I could get this video done and get it out before I work on my next video. But I wanted to tell you that first off, before I did that Creative Notions, which I just did and put up, before I did that, I actually did another video. Oh my gosh, but the problem is that I had done part of it downstairs, and then I came upstairs and I did part of it upstairs, and then it ended up being in 2 days instead of 1 day. And so it was such a mess, there was no way that I could even get it straightened out, and it didn't even make any sense when I sat down and tried to edit, and I said, the heck with it, I'm not going to do it. But I'm just going to go ahead and tell you what I said in it. So first off, this thing here behind me, right here. Okay, this was on sale, and it is on, which I will put the website down because I cannot remember the name of it, but I bought this one for myself, and then I bought my sister one that says Karen's Sewing Room for and I just mailed that off today. I also mailed off Karen Cox, who won the giveaway in the live stream that I had with Yvette. Okay, I had a Christmas Fat Quarter bundle that I was giving away, and she won it. And by the way, Karen, I hope that I have your address right. And the reason I say that is that when I went down to take it in and they entered the zip code, it did not come up the town that was given to me for you. And I said go by the zip code because that should be correct. So I sure hope you get that. I'm just saying. So going forward, and I'm just saying this for myself, because this is like 2 times this has happened. Now, so far, it's made it to the destination, but it worries me to death that it makes it or not. So whenever, for example, the person that wants to have this, okay, this kit, whoever wins this kit now, not only are you going to send me your email, I want to get your telephone number so that I can literally tell you what you said in your email. I don't have a problem you knowing my telephone number, okay? I'm not underneath the witness protection plan. I'm not worried somebody's going to get me or anything. I don't have a problem with my YouTuber knowing my phone number, all right? So I'll ask you for your phone number so that I can guarantee that I'm getting the right address, because I would hate to think that this kit is gone to somebody else, okay, by accident because the address is incorrect. Just because, I mean, I understand how exciting it is to win something. You get flustered, you write your address down, you think you wrote it down, and then you wrote it wrong. And believe me, it happens. The next thing that I talked about is, and if I can, I will slip in the pictures, okay, of the little ember coffee cup that I bought that I had talked about on Yvette's live stream. Alrighty, this was the ember that I talked to y'all about. This is the copper edition. This is the way it comes when it comes in the mail. And I got online to the actual website itself. Okay, so I'm just giving you some shots. I didn't realize that when I talked about it or somebody saw my cup, they were going to actually ask me questions. And then what it does is that it actually sends me different recipes into my email. Okay, whoops, let's get it in the shot for y'all. And then I'm going to take this cup of coffee I got right here. Hold on one second. Alrighty, here it is sitting in the little charger. So let me show you here. So the charger looks like this. And then the bottom looks like this. And then you set it in here, and then it charges. So right now it is still charging. See the little red light flashing? But you can choose whatever light you want. And then when it turns green, it is ready to go to pour your coffee in. Okay, so I tried to include it because what I do is I go, first thing in the morning I get up, I make my coffee. I transfer it from the cup that it gets made out of my Keurig with, and I pour it into the ember. Then I sit and I go through emails and stuff like that and do all I got to do in the morning before I go to work. And I have that cup with me. So I keep the cup like I walk around or whatever. Now the bottom of that cup never gets hot. Okay, even though the contents of the coffee is at 142 degrees inside the cup, the bottom's not getting hot, so I don't have to walk around with a coaster and put a coaster down and put my cup on or anything like that. But just in case you needed to know information about it, then I'm going to go ahead and I'll put that in here. And I'm trying to think. Oh, and then the very last thing that I wanted to mention to you is anybody that was following along with the Elevator Girl, the series quit on the 31st of December. Today is the 3rd. I'm trying to get this video up today. Well, anyway, so it turned out really, really good. At the very tail end, Otis went ahead and went back down the elevator to the 70s. She tried to go down, and it got stuck between the floors. And while it was stuck and she was screaming, she was thinking to herself, why was she doing this? She wanted to stay here in 2021. So she changed her mind while she was on the elevator. Finally, the young man, Archie, that's his name. That's the young man in our time. He heard her screaming. They found her between the floors. They got a person to open up the elevators. They retrieved her off of there. And then she was so glad to be, now and wasn't stuck. And so going forward, so now the next thing that happens is Manny approached her and asked if she had seen Otis. Well, now she knows. She's the only one that knew that Otis went back in time. And he says, we're going to put out a missing persons because he's disappeared and we don't want any foul play going on and all that. And she goes, well, I can tell you right now, there is no foul play. I know where he went. He won't be able to be found. And now Manny doesn't know anything about time travel, so he doesn't know anything. She goes, I will go down to the police station and I will talk to them. Well, when she went down, she talked to Terry, which is the man who is the detective and the cop that's all been on the case and is in all her books. You know, he appears in them. Anyway, so she went and she literally told him that he went back in time and, you know, the whole thing. And so he goes, okay, well, I'll shut the case. We won't be looking for him or anything like that. He's fine. So then Manny comes to her and says, like the next day, and he goes, by the way, he goes, now that that's all taken care of with Otis and everything, he actually left this Coronado to you. And she goes, what? And he goes, I know it's sad that it's being raised, but he did leave it to you. And so she said, he goes, we're wrapping up all his final papers and everything. So she said, okay, fine. So then he goes, and you know, I'm really sorry. Maybe there'll be a miracle and somebody will buy it. And she goes, like within 2 days, somebody's going to buy it. And he goes, you never know. So then she thought, well, shoot, I need to get on social media. I need to put it out there that the place is for sale and la-da-da-da-da-da and all that. So that's what she did. Within a day, she got a buyer. And so the guy come to her and he was all excited. And he goes, oh my gosh, you got a buyer. You got somebody that they made an offer and they're actually buying it. And she goes, what? And he goes, that's right. And they're meeting tomorrow. So you need to be here at such and such a time and all that. And they were going to have to throw a great big huge party for it. So they were all wearing their gear from, not their gear. They're all wearing their clothing from the 70s for a celebration because it was going to be a party and all that. So she goes, okay, so the young man from our time now, Archie, he says, well, do you know who it is? Do you have a clue? And she says, well, I don't know who it is, but I think that when I see them at the party, I'll know exactly who it is. And he goes, well, how would you know that? And she goes, I'm just telling you, I have a feeling I think I know who bought it. And so he goes, okay, fine. So then it comes to the day, time for the party. She comes down the elevator. She walks into the room and she's standing there, you know, she's looking around at everybody that's there and everybody's saying hi to her. Everybody, you know, everybody's being social to each other. And then all of a sudden she sees a guy in the doorway and she stops and she looks and he starts walking to her and she started walking to him and she goes, oh my God. She goes, Eric? And he goes, yeah. So Eric ended up buying the Coronado, which happened to be that bartender that she was in love with back in the 70s lounge. So he bought the place, and so he said to her, I want you to manage it. Do you think you can handle that? And she goes, oh my gosh, yes. And he introduced her to his wife and his 10-year-old daughter, who they had named her Virginia, after Virginia. And that was the telling of the story. And I am so glad because I never even gave it a thought that they were going to save it and that he was going to buy it. And she asked him, how did he manage to buy it? How could he afford it and all that? Because, you know, back then in the 70s, everybody that was in that lounge, you know, they were making minimum wage. They weren't making much. He was a bartender. And he said, you know what? I always had faith in you. And I always believed in all the time travel and all that you said. He goes, because I don't think it's not possible. You know, there's just so much we don't know about the hemisphere and the earth and all that. And he goes, and so I literally listened to everything you said. He goes, I made investments in the future and everything based on all the things that you said. And he goes, I did a pretty good living. So it turned out really, really good. And I was so glad that the ending was like that. It kind of put me over it gave me like a calm feeling because it ended so well. So that's all I wanted to say. So make sure you get your comment in there that you want this new Valentine's, and it's called what is it called? I've already forgot. So This Is Love, S-E-W, So This Is Love. And I guess I could tell you it's going to start on January 17th, 24th, November 29th, January 31st, and you should have it all done, and you should be able to quilt it and everything by Valentine's Day, and then you can use it on your table, your end table, wherever that you keep those things. It's going to be 35 by 35. Okay? And then also Lori Brady is the master quilter. This is her information. And remember now, you're going to go every Monday starting on the 17th, and you're going to download the directions and everything. Okay? Each week, they'll be up on the Fort Worth Fabric Studios website. Okay, that's all I wanted to say. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go downstairs. I'm going to edit this and I'm going to get it up immediately so y'all can start making comments so I can get this in the mail. Okay, take care, everybody, and thanks for watching. Welcome to all my new subscribers. Bye-bye.